Welcome back to China Price Watch. In today's Money Matters, we're talking about high-end restaurants. Market insiders have criticized high-end restaurant companies for their overly traditional marketing techniques. They saw a decade of growth, but don't seem to know how to adapt. The old method was to rely on the restaurant managers' relationships with government officials. This method was successful in helping high-end restaurants grow the past 10 years. But after the anti-corruption restrictions, this model immediately fell apart. Some high-end restaurants were not prepared for the changes. Many still have debts to pay off. Now that they can't pay off the debts, these restaurants will probably close. Without government officials as their best clients, changes needed to be made. High-end restaurants attempted to change their business models. They started targeting new customers. In order to do so, Xiang of Flavor lowered its expectations. They stopped selling high-priced dishes. They canceled the minimum prices for tables, and they lowered their alcohol prices to be similar to the market prices. Without high-spending clients, the restaurants have had to change their menus. They've removed some high-end foods from the menu. These include delicacies such as abalone and the edible bird's nest. Most dishes used to be priced above 300 renminbi or $50. They are now down to below $16 each. The average amount spent per person in these high-end restaurants has declined by at least 50%. Groupon-like deals have also lowered the prices for many. They are offering 50 or even 70% off dishes to consumers. Data from one of the country's largest group buying websites, jinping.com, shows that during the second quarter of this year, high-end restaurants' group buying sales multiplied by 6. The turnover soared by 11 times compared to the second quarter in 2012. However, high-end restaurants aren't solving all their problems by bringing in ordinary consumers. As 21st Century Business Herald reported, these high-end restaurants are located in prime locations. The locations usually have high rent. Market insiders estimate that the rent takes up between 20 and 50% of high-end restaurant revenues. High-end restaurants that reduce dish prices might get new customers, but the new revenue streams might not be enough to pay the rent. Bringing in new customers to these restaurants comes with risk. The sudden price drops in famous restaurants might lead to masses flooding in. The overcrowded restaurants could damage the overall dining experiences, like if service quality went down. This in turn would hurt the restaurant's reputation and drive away customers. High-end restaurants need to protect their brand image. Many assume the restaurants are extremely exclusive, which creates a bit of a legend for them. This is one way for customers to justify the huge expenses. In order to attract new wealthy clients or food fanatics, then the restaurants will have to start competing with the rest of the food industry. If they want to run with the idea that their restaurants are the most exclusive, high-end places in China, then that could be a smart business model. In order to do that, though, they'll have to treat ordinary customers like they used to treat government officials. The anti-corruption campaign may be a blessing in disguise for China's restaurant industry. Now that restaurants can't just rely on government relationships for customers, they might have to start working for Michelin stars. Closing down some high-end restaurants could leave a gaping hole in the market for China's best chefs. Some might wonder if that hole has already been closed, though. Many wonder if the banquets have actually stopped or just been moved. Don't go away, because up next for our question of the day, we'll hear if Beijingers go to high-end restaurants. Stay tuned.